So hey guys, the series name is What If Naruto Have Perfect Chakra Control During Chunin Exam. So let's start the series. Iruka found himself enduring the repercussions of an 8-year-old Naruto's mischievous antics, leading to constant headaches. With Hiruzen's support and guidance, Iruka did not let his hatred towards Kyuubi affect his behavior with Naruto. Contemplating a solution for Naruto's lack of focus on his studies, Iruka finally devised a strategy. One day, as Naruto sat alone on a swing in the playground, isolated and rejected by other children, Iruka observed the dire state of his academic performance. With Naruto barely passing exams and ranking last in the class, Iruka approached Naruto with a firm yet caring tone, saying, "Naruto, I've always believed in your dream of becoming Hokage, but sometimes it feels like empty boasting." Taken aback, Naruto retorted, "What? I'm not boasting. I will become Hokage, believe it." Iruka continued, "Words alone won't be enough, Naruto. If you genuinely want to prove yourself and achieve your goal, you must back it up with hard work and dedication. You should focus on the classes." Naruto, still defiant, responded, "But your classes are so boring. Who needs all that stuff anyway?" Iruka met Naruto's resistance with patience and wisdom. He explained, "Naruto, becoming Hokage isn't about taking shortcuts. None of the previous Hokage attained their positions through sheer fighting prowess alone. They possess unique qualities and skills that set them apart. Leading Konoha requires more than just strength. It requires wisdom, diplomacy, and the ability to make tough decisions." With Iruka's words sinking in, Naruto began to grasp the significance of his path. Iruka encouraged Naruto, saying, "You have immense potential, Naruto. If you're willing to put in the effort, I will support you every step of the way. Together, we can make sure you become a Hokage who brings positive change to Konoha." Iruka continued his heartfelt conversation with Naruto, saying, "Tell me, Naruto, do you think Konoha would exist today if the first Hokage hadn't chosen peace with the Uchiha clan? He had the power to continue the conflict, but he prioritized the well-being of the people over personal vendettas. In my opinion, the first Hokage was not only the strongest but also the one who laid the foundation for Konoha's prosperity." Naruto, still scratching his head in confusion, asked, "Okay, but why are you telling me all this?" Iruka's expression softened, and he replied, "I want you to understand the importance of history and the lessons it holds. By studying and working hard, you can become a better shinobi, a true leader who learns from the past and creates a brighter future. And when you do become Hokage, I want to be remembered as the one who taught you." As Iruka's words sank in, Naruto felt a surge of emotion. He realized that he finally had someone who genuinely cared for him and believed in his dream of becoming Hokage. Tears welled up in his eyes as he realized the depth of Iruka's support. Overwhelmed by gratitude and a newfound sense of belonging, Naruto couldn't contain his emotions any longer. With a mix of joy and relief, he exclaimed, "Iruka-sensei!" and embraced his teacher in a heartfelt hug. After Naruto's emotions settled, Iruka gently guided him to sit down and started a conversation. "Naruto," Iruka began, "I want to understand why you were with your exams. Can you tell me what's been going on?" Feeling a sense of trust and comfort, Naruto confessed honestly, "Iruka-sensei, I don't understand most of the things they teach in class." Iruka understood Naruto's position. The other kids seem to have an advantage. They have their parents to guide them, and some even receive extra tutoring because they come from prestigious clans. After a brief pause, Iruka spoke with determination, "Naruto, from now on, let's have an extra class every day after the academy. I will personally teach you anything you didn't understand in class. But remember, it's not just about attending the extra classes. You also need to focus and concentrate during regular class time. Improving your grades requires dedication and effort, even with my assistance." Excitement brimming in his voice, Naruto couldn't resist asking, "Sensei, can you tell me more about the Hokage?" Iruka anticipated this question and smiled warmly. "Of course, Naruto. Each Hokage is renowned for its unique abilities and contributions. Let me tell you about the different jutsu and strengths that made each of them legendary." As they delved into the rich history of the Hokage, Naruto's eagerness to learn grew, fueled by his newfound motivation and Iruka's unwavering support. From that day onward, Naruto's transformation was remarkable. Within just 3 months, his grades soared, no longer placing him at the bottom of the class but instead positioning him in the middle ranks. Despite his academic progress, Naruto's mischievous nature remained intact. He still found joy in pulling pranks, engaging in friendly battles with Kiba, and playfully teasing Ino and Sakura. His insatiable curiosity about the Hokage's legacy continued to drive him, and he constantly pestered Iruka for more stories and information, inspired by Naruto's eagerness. Iruka spent extra hours researching in the village library to satisfy his students' thirst for knowledge. Hiruzen was elated with Naruto's growth. He offered Iruka new ideas to further engage and challenge Naruto's growing potential. Another significant transformation in Naruto's life was his diet. As Iruka took charge of Naruto's private lessons, he also assumed responsibility for his eating habits to ensure that Naruto was nourished properly. At times, Iruka would even go as far as confiscating Naruto's allowance, using it to purchase nutritious vegetables. This occasionally caused Naruto to display his trademark grumpiness, protesting against the interference in his food choices. However, deep down, Naruto felt a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the care and concern Iruka was demonstrating. 3 additional months flew by, and Iruka successfully instilled a new habit in Naruto's routine. Iruka adjusted their after-school classes to occur only twice a week, to compensate for the reduced frequency. Iruka introduced a new approach. Naruto would compile his questions and uncertainties in a notebook throughout the week, and during their scheduled sessions, they would clarify those queries together. Naruto also discovered a newfound passion for drawing and began to express his creativity through graffiti pranks. Additionally, he delved into various books available in the library, mostly adventure or fantasy ninja stories. Iruka found himself inside Naruto's apartment, ready for their regular extra class. As they settled down, Naruto couldn't contain his excitement any longer and posed a teasing question to his dedicated sensei. "Sensei, guess what? I've finally figured it out." Intrigued, Iruka responded with playful curiosity. "Figured out what, Naruto? Don't keep me in suspense." Naruto grinned mischievously and then confidently declared, "I've figured out what all the Hokage have in common. Would you like to know?" Iruka played along, responding with a touch of mock respect. "Oh, enlighten me, wise Uzumaki." Naruto, now fully immersed in the topic, explained, "It's all about control. The Hokage possesses an extraordinary level of control. They have command over not just the shinobi of the village, but also their ninjutsu, their chakra, and even the battlefields they find themselves on. If I truly want to become a Hokage, the first step is mastering control, having my chakra obey me. Right now, I struggle even with simple techniques like the henge." Iruka nodded in understanding and proposed, "Well, since control is the focus today, let's dive into the chakra exercise once again." Iruka led Naruto to a comfortable position and had him sit in the lotus position and find his center. "Take a deep breath, Naruto, and let your mind settle," Iruka instructed, his voice soothing and steady. "Focus solely on my voice and let go of any stray thoughts. Now, let your awareness sink deep into your body. Direct your attention to the warm sensation in your belly, the source of your chakra. Draw that warmth out with each breath and allow it to spread throughout your body." Iruka had been guiding Naruto through the chakra exercise for the past 6 months. Despite several attempts, Naruto struggled to connect with his chakra, as if an invisible barrier impeded its flow. Iruka, a skilled sensor, could feel the obstruction, and he couldn't help but wonder if it was related to Naruto's connection to the Kyuubi. Iruka reported his observations to the Hokage, seeking guidance on how to overcome this obstacle. Together, they speculated that the unique nature of Naruto's Kyuubi seal might be influencing his chakra control. The Hokage advised Iruka to continue supporting Naruto's training and monitor any changes closely. As Naruto delved into the chakra exercise once again, a breakthrough occurred. It was as if a floodgate had been opened, and an overwhelming surge of chakra coursed through Naruto's being. Iruka was taken aback by the sheer magnitude of Naruto's chakra. It was clear that the seal had somehow granted Naruto an abundance of chakra, rivaling that of a seasoned jonin. Under Iruka's guidance, Naruto gradually learned to harness this newfound wellspring of power and utilize it to perform various jutsu. Naruto was soon able to master the henge and kawarimi techniques. However, he encountered difficulties when it came to the clone technique. Iruka analyzed the situation and concluded that Naruto's abundance of chakra was hindering his ability to perform the jutsu effectively. Naruto chuckled. "Looks like I was right after all," he remarked with a playful grin. "Having all this chakra is great, but I need perfect control to make it work." Iruka gave him various methods for enhancing chakra control as they continued their private classes. Naruto continued the habit of recording his doubts and thoughts in a notebook, seeking Iruka to clarify them. If Iruka found himself unable to provide satisfactory answers, Naruto even approached the Sandaime Hokage, who was delighted and gladly offered his insights whenever possible. He honed his skills in taijutsu and combat techniques, and sharpened his accuracy in shuriken and kunai throwing. The transformation within Naruto did not go unnoticed by his classmates. They were astonished to witness the once last-ranked student rise through the ranks, steadily climbing from the bottom to the top 10 within just 1 year. During the holidays following the final exams and before the start of the next year's classes, Naruto's mischievous antics reached new heights. He seemed to be abusing the henge technique to the extreme, using it to play pranks on civilians and shinobi alike. Even the ANBU, known for their vigilance, fell victim to his tricks. While everyone knew it was Naruto behind these antics, he always managed to evade capture and left no incriminating evidence. When Iruka became a target of Naruto's pranks, he couldn't help but feel a sense of regret for teaching the young blonde. He couldn't help but feel that all his teachings had been channeled into creative pranks. Not only was Naruto engaging in pranks, but he also began to test the boundaries of his curiosity. He started sneaking into the shinobi library and even dared to venture into the heavily guarded ANBU quarters. In his covert expeditions, Naruto secretly copied numerous jutsu scrolls, including some of the high-level difficulty. However, he heeded Iruka's warning about the dangers of attempting jutsu without proper knowledge and guidance, and refrained from trying them out. Naruto's most valuable theft was the chakra theory notes from the legendary Sandaime Hokage. Despite Iruka's best efforts, Naruto's attention still wandered during theory lessons. The young ninja grew bored with the academic aspects of their training. However, Naruto's unwavering admiration for the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, became the driving force that kept him engaged. The chakra theory notes left behind by his idol became Naruto's obsession, consuming all his spare time and attention. In the chakra theory notes, Minato proposed separating the physical and spiritual components of chakra to develop separate jutsu. He had devised various exercises to achieve it, but his premature death prevented him from validating his hypothesis. Only a handful of individuals, including Hiruzen Sarutobi, knew about Minato's ideas. However, even Hiruzen was unable to unravel the complexities of Minato's theories. As a result, he shifted his focus towards honing finer control over the chakra, mastering the manipulation of elements, and developing combination jutsu. But Naruto, driven by his idolization of Minato, saw an opportunity to carry on where his hero had left off. He took it upon himself to delve deeper into Minato's theories, determined to achieve what his idol could not. Months flew by, and Naruto, now 10 years old, continued his rigorous training under the guidance of both Hiruzen and Iruka. Naruto's skills and abilities soared, propelling him to the top 5 ranks among his peers. However, there was still one technique that eluded him: the ability to create a proper combat-ready clone. To motivate Naruto, Hiruzen taught him the shadow clone and the principles and applications of the jutsu. He explained the intricacies of its usage, emphasizing its potential for gathering valuable information and handling dangerous missions. It was a breakthrough moment for Naruto, as he grasped the profound implications of this technique. True to his nature, Naruto wasted no time exploring the capabilities of the shadow clone jutsu. He delved into its practice, often pushing himself to the brink of exhaustion, even landing in the hospital a few times due to chakra depletion. However, the rewards were substantial. Naruto discovered that by engaging in combat with his shadow clones, he could refine his jutsu proficiency. He even sent shadow clones to the academy during non-combat lessons. In the quiet Hokage's office, a late evening found Hiruzen lost in contemplation. The past 2 years had brought immense joy to the old Hokage's heart, as he witnessed Naruto's remarkable growth and the deepening bond between them. There was no denying that Naruto possessed the potential to become a future Hokage. Yet, as Hiruzen reflected upon the upcoming challenges that awaited Naruto upon his graduation, a sense of unease settled within him. The world beyond the village borders could be unforgiving and filled with countless dangers. Deep in thought, Hiruzen pondered a decision that held the potential to alter Naruto's path, revealing his parentage. After Sandaime Hokage introduced Naruto to Konohamaru, a lively 5-year-old, their bond grew strong, making Naruto feel like he had gained a little brother who idolized him. As Naruto and Konohamaru spent more time together, Konohamaru introduced Naruto to Asuma, a highly respected jonin in Konohagakure. Intrigued by Asuma's reputation, Naruto and Konohamaru eagerly pestered him to train them, seizing any opportunity when Asuma was free from missions. The troublemaking kids even sneaked upon Asuma on his date with Kurenai. Once Naruto discovered Kurenai's remarkable skill in genjutsu, he became intrigued and determined to learn more. He developed a habit of tracking her down every time she returned from missions. Seeking clarification for his doubts and eager to expand his knowledge, Kurenai was perplexed, as she couldn't fathom how the blonde ninja always seemed to know her schedule with such precision. When she finally asked Naruto about it, he revealed his method, posting shadow clones near her and Asuma's residences, ensuring he would be alerted whenever she returned. Naruto quickly established a reputation within the academy, earning recognition and respect from his peers, thanks to the invaluable guidance of Hiruzen, Asuma, Kurenai, and Iruka. Naruto's skills flourished, propelling him to the ranks just below Sasuke. If Naruto had dedicated more time to taijutsu training instead of indulging in the pursuits of deciphering Yandame's notes and playing pranks, he might have even secured the title of Rookie of the Year. Naruto stumbled upon a book that contained the secrets of chakra nature transformation in the Sarutobi clan library when he sneaked in with Konohamaru's help. When Hiruzen caught the little thieves, Naruto begged him to help and discovered his wind affinity. He got tips from both Hiruzen and Asuma on wind nature practice. Surprisingly, Konohamaru has dual affinities of earth and fire like his grandpa. He boasted that he will become Hokage sooner than Naruto, and they made bets on it together. A few months into the last year in the academy, Naruto was 11. He found himself stumbling into his mindscape while deep in meditation. As he wandered through the labyrinthine paths of his subconscious, he eventually came face to face with the imposing cage that held the fearsome Kyuubi. Unsurprisingly, the massive creature attempted to intimidate the young blonde with its overwhelming killing intent. With a fierce lunge, Kurama extended its clawed hand through the gaps in the cage, seemingly aiming to impale Naruto. However, what happened next was far from what anyone could have expected. Instead of cowering in fear or panicking, Naruto's reaction was quite the opposite. As he fell backward onto the ground, his face mere inches away from the menacing claws, a spark of excitement ignited within him. The young ninja in training stared at the Kyuubi with stars shining in his eyes, a wide grin spreading across his face, unable to contain his enthusiasm. Naruto clapped his hands and exclaimed, "Again! Do it again!" That was awesome! Kyuubi was taken aback by this unexpected response. Its surprise was evident, and it struggled to comprehend the reaction of the spirited young boy before it. The following day, Naruto raced to Hiruzen, unable to contain his excitement, and eagerly revealed his incredible discovery about his encounter with the Kyuubi in his mindscape. The third Hokage listened attentively, his wise eyes filled with understanding, as he explained the events that had led to the nine-tailed fox's imprisonment inside Naruto's own body. However, the elderly leader chose not to disclose the truth about Naruto's parentage at that moment. As the weight of this revelation sank in, Naruto's emotions surged like a turbulent storm. Anger and sadness engulfed him, knowing that the very person he idolized and considered a hero was, in fact, responsible for his tumultuous and lonely childhood. The young ninja's heart felt heavy, burdened by the truth he now carried. Sensing Naruto's overwhelming emotions, Hiruzen, with his gentle demeanor, approached the distraught boy. He placed a comforting hand on Naruto's shoulder and spoke in soothing tones. Offering words of solace and understanding, he promised the young ninja that once he graduated from the academy, he would tell him more. Time skipped to 3 months until graduation. Naruto managed to master numerous low-ranked E and D level jutsu, spanning various elemental affinities such as wind, fire, water, and earth, using shadow clones, enhancing his mastery over his wind affinity. Although comparatively easier than other elements, posed a formidable challenge for Naruto. Nevertheless, he would eagerly await Asuma's return from missions, seizing the opportunity to seek invaluable tips and guidance from the seasoned shinobi. Despite the initial difficulty, Naruto persisted in mastering his wind affinity. He achieved significant milestones along the way, including the precise splitting of a leaf and acquiring techniques like coating his weapons with wind and executing moves like the vacuum punch. Inside his apartment, Naruto found himself deep in meditation. Entering his mindscape, "Hello, Kyuubi-san, how was your day?" he greeted. Awaiting a response that never came, Undeterred, Naruto continued, "Well, I had quite the thrill beating up Sasuke and Kiba, their expressions were priceless. But that's not all, I've finally discovered the answer, are you curious?" Kyubi raised an eyebrow, remaining motionless. Unfazed, Naruto settled himself at a distance from Kyubi's cage. Assuming a cross-legged position, he cupped his hands together and slowly pulled them apart, revealing a blue chakra wisp suspended between his palms. The ethereal wisp danced like a flickering flame, while Naruto's face displayed intense concentration. Gradually, the wisp calmed and transformed into a spherical shape, maintaining stillness. Then, it split into two overlapping spheres. The one on the right gleamed red, resembling a drop of blood, while the left appeared transparent, like pure white. Kyubi wore an amused expression. Having witnessed this scene play out numerous times before, the blonde brat had failed repeatedly in his endeavors, often resulting in explosive outcomes. However, this time was different. As the two spheres slowly separated, a shift occurred, time seemed to freeze, and the blonde appeared suspended in a moment. Behind him, a silhouette materialized, initially resembling the first Hokage, which instantly angered Kyubi. But before the rage could surface, the form rapidly transformed several times until it solidified. Kyubi was stunned. It was Ashura, the son of the sage and Kyubi's namesake brother. Ashura's gaze turned towards Kyubi with a smile. "Hello, Kurama. It has been a long time," he greeted, then shifted his focus to Naruto. "Finally, I am liberated from this wretched fate, foolish brother. I emerged victorious, thank you, Naruto." With those words, Ashura faded away, leaving no trace behind. Kyubi's keen intellect grasped the truth instantly. As a sentient being with over a millennium of existence, he recognized the significance. "So, you are an incarnation of Ashura." Following Senju Hashirama, "The thread of destiny has been severed at last. Now I can confirm that foolish Madara is indeed the reincarnation of Indra. I wonder who bears the pitiful incarnation in this current generation." Kyubi pondered, musing over the implications. On the other hand, Naruto, still in a frozen state, heard Ashura's words but remained unresponsive. He was immersed in the profound sensation emanating from the objects he held in his hands, as if he had gained new insights into chakra. Naruto had succeeded where even the fourth Hokage had faltered, separating the physical and spiritual energies from chakra. Finally shifting his gaze to his hands, he witnessed the two spheres gradually meld into his being, merging with him. With that, Naruto was expelled from his mindscape, forever changed by his newfound understanding. Outside, Naruto sensed a distinct division of his chakra, splitting into two separate entities that coursed through his body. Within a matter of minutes, the transformation was complete. It felt peculiar to exist without chakra, yet a newfound awareness enveloped him. Every inch of his body, from his hair to his toes, became palpable. Every muscle, every bone, the sensation overwhelmed him. Naruto exercised self-control, gradually settling his racing thoughts. Taking deep breaths, he embarked on a deliberate exploration of his physical self. This process continued for over an hour, leaving him fatigued. Although he yearned to delve into the other spiritual aspect, he remained cautious. Iruka and Kurenai had cautioned him about the perils associated with tampering in the realms of the mind and genjutsu. Thus, Naruto restrained himself from further experimentation with spiritual energy for the time being. This achievement was a monumental milestone, a truly historic event, and Naruto couldn't contain his excitement. Overflowing with enthusiasm, he hurried to the kitchen and prepared an indulgent feast, which he devoured with great gusto. As he finished the food, he could sense his body actively digesting it, and a particular craving for meat arose. Peculiarly, he felt an innate understanding of his body's needs, guiding him toward what would make him stronger. Emboldened by his newfound physical energy, Naruto resolved to explore its potential. He retrieved a book and eagerly began jotting down all his ideas, eager to uncover the extent of his capabilities. Once he had calmed himself, Naruto retired to his bed and lay down. A sense of accomplishment permeated his being, filling him with confidence. Despite the potential dangers, he mustered the courage to cautiously explore the realm of spiritual energy. With a hesitant touch, his mind was immediately flooded with overwhelming sensations. He became acutely aware of every living being within a kilometer radius, sensing the vast multitude of chakra and life forces emanating from insects, birds, animals, and humans alike. The sheer magnitude of this awareness proved too much for Naruto to handle. Overwhelmed, he succumbed to unconsciousness. a nosebleed staining his pillow as he momentarily lost control. As Naruto vanished from the mindscape, Kyuubi experienced a perceptible shift within the seal. The once clear perception of the outside world became muddled as if swallowed by an encompassing void. Previously, Naruto's chakra had served as a conduit for Kyuubi to sense his surroundings. With Naruto's chakra gone, the connection between Kyuubi's chakra and Naruto's chakra coil on his stomach remained the sole passage for Kyuubi's influence. When Kyuubi's chakra was released from the seal into his body, it transformed, dividing into physical and spiritual energies. The physical energy merged directly with Naruto's form, while the spiritual energy dispersed into the external realm. Kyuubi persistently probed the seal with his chakra, though only a meager trickle managed to escape, dissipating swiftly. Despite his efforts, Kyuubi struggled to grasp the full extent of Naruto's actions and remained puzzled by the precise nature of the changes that had taken place. Naruto woke up with a horrible headache. There is a buzzing noise in his head and he did not know how to shut it down. He could still feel the signatures of living beings, but it was not overwhelming as last night. Unknown to him, the sensing range only extended to 50 meters now. It was due to the burst of energy the first time that caused him to spread his mental energy over a kilometer. He slowly made his way to the bathroom and stood below the shower. With cold water washing down on his head and body, the buzzing noise slowly died out. He also got a little bit of control over his spiritual energy and started to slowly retract it back into his mind. It took him a whole hour to finally shut it down, but the headache persisted. Naruto skipped school that day. He was afraid of losing control again. He made some food for himself despite the headache and meditated the rest of the day. Meanwhile, Iruka was worried when he didn't find Naruto in the classroom. He wanted to check Naruto's apartment but didn't want to leave the children without a teacher, so he decided to check after school. Naruto woke up from his meditation to the knocking sound on his door. He opened the door. "Hi, sensei." Iruka could feel the wariness in Naruto's voice. "Naruto, are you sick? Let's go to the hospital." "No, sensei, I am fine. It's just a headache. Come in." Iruka followed Naruto inside and both settled on the couch. "Sensei, you are a sensor ninja, no? How do you control it? What brought this on Naruto?" "Although I am a sensor, my ability is only average. I can sense chakra up to 50 to 60 meters, but there are limitations. I can only sense chakra larger than Chunin, and any ninja with very good control can hide it from me." "Okay. But how do you control the range of your sensing ability?" "Like any ninjutsu, you practice until it feels natural to you. At the start I could only sense up to 10 to 15 meters, now it is 60. I think that is my max. There are much better sensors in Konoha than me." "Again, why are you suddenly interested in the subject?" I think I awakened an ability to sense chakra and living beings last night. I can sense everything in a large distance, and it overwhelmed me and I passed out. It took me all day today to shut it down. I am afraid I might pass out again if I try." Iruka was surprised. He didn't respond for a few moments. He did a hand sign and got even more surprised when he couldn't sense even a bit of chakra from Naruto. He thought it was completely hidden by Naruto's new ability. "Naruto, this is incredible. Sensing is a very useful ability. We need to tell Hokage-sama immediately," Iruka exclaimed happily. "Let's go right now, sensei." "Wait. What is it? Can we keep this a secret?" "From Hokage-sama?" Iruka asked with a confused expression. "No, from everybody else." Iruka understood immediately. It was he who taught Naruto that shinobi should hide their abilities, so that enemies will not develop strategies against them. "Don't worry, Naruto. I know, we will only let the third know it." Inside Hokage's office, Naruto and Iruka just reached and were standing before Sandaime. "Hokage-sama, we need to tell you something." "Only for your ears," Iruka said in a serious tone. Hiruzen dismissed his Umbu guards and activated the silencing barrier. Iruka revealed the information and Naruto recounted the events without revealing that it was due to his separated spiritual energy. Iruka's lessons on real shinobi arts worked on Naruto well beyond his imagination. He is willing to reveal as little as possible. Hiruzen has a pondering expression on his face. After 2 minutes he smiled and said, "Naruto, looks like it is time to reveal your heritage. Just yesterday I was thinking about it. What do you know about the Uzumaki clan?" "Only that they were all killed by Kumo, Kiri and Iwa," Naruto said with grief. "Aren't you curious what your surname means?" "You never asked me about it until now," Hiruzen asked. "I thought you will tell me, if you want to." Hiruzen was looking at him intently. He knew that the blonde knows more but didn't push it. Your mother is Kushina Uzumaki. She came to Konoha before Yuzu's destruction to become Kyuubi's vessel. Hiruzen was gauging Naruto's reaction with a measured look. Where is she? Is she in Konoha? What happened to her? Naruto asked eagerly. Hiruzen has a sad look. He already explained to Naruto some of the events leading to Kyuubi's sealing in Naruto. He said she was the previous vessel of Kyuubi. She died protecting you and Konoha on that night. He sighed. She was strong and she loved you very much, Naruto. I will tell you more about her later. Don't you want to know about your father? Yes, you are the son of Konoha's Yellow Flash, Yondaime Hokage Namikaze Minato. Hiruzen expected Naruto would be speechless. But again his reaction was mild. You knew? No, I only suspected that I am related to him. Looking at Hiruzen's confused expression, Naruto said, well, how many people do you have in Konoha with sunny blonde hair and bright blue eyes? You know he is my idol. I saw his picture so many times that every time I saw myself in a mirror, it felt like I was staring at a younger Yondaime. Hiruzen laughed at that. Hiruzen talked some more with Naruto and told him more details about Kushina, Minato and Uzumaki clan. When Naruto asked about their jutsu, he was told that he would get them once he got control of his sensing ability. Uzumaki clan has a Keki-eye Genkai called the Eye of Kagura. They can sense chakra over large distances and it is very difficult to hide from them. If they are that good in sensing, how did they get killed? Naruto asked. We found that they did send messengers once they got wind of invasion, but they never reached Konoha. Either the invaders got to them or Hiruzen stopped at that. Or? I don't know, Naruto. I have my suspicions but don't have any evidence on what happened. Naruto understood. Konoha betrayed Yuzu, or at least someone in power did. Only people in power can even hide things from Hokage. Is it the clans? Naruto began to wonder. Hiruzen interrupted his thoughts. Don't overthink things. Your priority now is to master your ability. I will send some scrolls to help with Iruka. Iruka, your main task outside of the academy is to help Naruto with his ability. Iruka was still in a daze after knowing Naruto is Yondaime's son. He regained his clarity and hastily said, Hi, Hokage-sama. Naruto wanted to talk more about his parents and Uzumaki clan, but he knew he can't get anything out of Sandaime right now. He relented and went back to his apartment with Iruka. The next few hours were spent on meditation with Iruka's help and controlling his range. By night, he still couldn't control it properly, but he was able to switch it on and off with some effort. He took time off from the academy for a few more days and studied the scrolls related to sensing that Hiruzen sent. With Iruka's constant help he was able to switch the ability on and off at will after a few days. Naruto spent the next 3 months until graduation in mastering the sensing ability. He will go to Sandaime once every week and spend some time talking about his parents, Uzumaki clan and clan politics. Naruto was still able to create chakra by combining his energies. Even though it is difficult to create large amounts of chakra at once, he was still able to create up to 5 shadow clones which were more durable than before. Naruto got second place after Sasuke. He was able to easily create a clone by combining small amount of his physical and spiritual energies and didn't even have to use shadow clone. In the last 3 months, he was able to get a grip of his energies. His physical energy was increasing even without his help. He traced it back to the seal and Kyuubi. He became ecstatic by the revelation and justified it as finally receiving some rent. He can sense the Kyuubi's spiritual energy leaving him, but never touched it. Even sensing it filled him with dread. He knew it would drive him insane by instinct. In the last 3 months his physical energy almost doubled. Naruto won the spars with everyone in the class with sheer physical prowess. The only reason Sasuke became Rookie of the Year is because he is better in taijutsu and throwing techniques, and he scored a little higher in theory subjects. Even then he was never able to bring down Naruto in a spar, which made him very jealous. Inside the Hokage office, Hiruzen summoned Iruka, Kakashi, Kurenai and Asuma. I summoned you today to finalize the teams. This year all clan heirs are involved, so I want you to take extra care. The teams have to be extra efficient. State your opinions, Asuma? I think the Ino, Shika, Cho trio can be a team. They will continue their father's legacy, Asuma replied. Yes, I considered that, Asuma. Kakashi? I want Naruto and Sasuke to be on my team, Kakashi replied. Iruka intervened. By tradition we pair the strongest rookie and kunoichi with the last of the class. Sasuke and Naruto are strongest boys of the current batch. It will imbalance the other teams. What are your thoughts, Kurenai? Hiruzen asked. Kurenai replied, I did some research and observed the children for a few days, Hokage-sama. If Kakashi is going to train a strike team, we will be left with tracking or a swift response team. If we want a tracking specialization team, we can put Aburame, Inuzuka and Hyuga. That leaves Naruto and Uchiha with civilian Haruno. Haruno Sakura is very weak both physically and in ninjutsu and doesn't fit in with both of them. Also she is a fangirl for Uchiha. That will result in problems in teamwork. No matter how you jumble up the members, there will be imbalance. Naruto is a ninjutsu specialist, and he is diligent, hard-working and has good charisma. He will naturally make a very good team leader. I feel that Uchiha is naturally arrogant, so it will not be fair to Naruto to put him in the same team as Uchiha. Kakashi was baffled by Kurenai's reply. He asked, how do you know so much about Naruto and other genin? Well, Naruto used to bug me and Asuma for training. Mostly we used to clarify his doubts and give tips on jutsu and chakra control in general. Iruka raised his eyebrows and looked at Hokage-sama. Should we? He let the question hang. Go ahead, Iruka. Iruka turned towards the Jonin Uzumaki. Naruto has a unique sensing ability. He can sense any living being in a 500-meter radius. The range is even increasing day by day. Uzumaki Kekii Genkai? Kakashi asked. Hiruzen nodded. Iruka continued, also he is physically much stronger than all others in his class. Sasuke's strongest punch did not leave a bruise on him. I think he is physically stronger than Choji. I couldn't confirm it, but Choji and Naruto always hold back when they spar together. The Jonin pondered for a few minutes. Kurenai was the first to respond. I want Naruto, Aburame and Hyuga in my team. Aburame will provide long-range support. Naruto will be the shield, hitter and team leader. Hinata can cover them both with Hyuga Taijutsu. She is still too soft. I think Naruto's hyperactiveness will help her. Naruto may act like that, but he is more mature than you think, Kurenai-san, Iruka said. Hiruzen thought for a few moments and said, I agree. Kakashi was surprised, but Hokage-sama, please at least give me Naruto. I owe it to sensei. It is okay, Kakashi. Kurenai will take good care of him. I am giving you the toughest job. Inuzuka Kiba, Uchiha Sasuke and Haruno Sakura will be under your care. You are getting the most imbalanced team. You have to whip them into shape. Kurenai smiled at Kakashi. Good luck, senpai. Kiba will be the easiest to handle. You need to break Broody out of his shell and scare the fangirl out of Haruno. Hiruzen chuckled at that. As a strong kunoichi, Kurenai earned a name for herself, and she always disliked weak-minded girls. Father, even though I agree with the teams, Naruto has wind affinity. As a strong wind affinity user, I think I can train Naruto better. Asuma also stated, I don't mean any offense, Kurenai, he added hastily. I considered that, Asuma. Why don't you just do training and missions together with Kurenai's team? That way you can have the genin gain more skills and also you two can spend more time together. Kurenai blushed at that and Asuma looked embarrassed while the rest of the people laughed. That ended the conversation and the genin teams were finalized. Ever since he awakened the ability to sense chakra and life forms in general, Naruto was also able to sense emotions, mostly negative. The range of sensing emotions is limited to a short distance. He could sense loathing and disgust from Mizuki whenever they came across each other. It took all his self-control to manage his reaction. When Naruto finally couldn't bear it, he revealed it to Iruka during his private session. Naruto, one of these days you are going to give me a heart attack. Should I expect more secrets? Iruka asked. Maybe, came the sly reply. Iruka laughed and said, thank you for your trust, Naruto. I will monitor Mizuki. If I find anything we will report to Hokage-sama immediately. Naruto was returning home after receiving his genin badge. He could sense the familiar chakra signature of Mizuki following him. Naruto changed his route and went to a training field. Mizuki finally approached him. Hello, Naruto. Naruto acted surprised. Mizuki-sensei. What brings you here? Well, I was given this year's additional graduation task. I can give one talented genin this task, and if he or she passes, they will get direct promotion to Chunin or even get a chance to get into Umbu training. I was given two options, Sasuke and you. But I thought you are obviously more talented because Sasuke only got a few extra marks as he came from a clan and he couldn't even beat you the last few times. Mizuki was laying it out very thick. Naruto continued his acting. Thank you very much, Mizuki-sensei. That means a lot to me. Mizuki was pleased by Naruto's reaction. Then are you ready for your test? Yes, Naruto eagerly replied. Mizuki then explained to Naruto that he has to steal the Hokage's scroll of seals and meet him at a secret spot. Naruto continued to act and replied he will definitely pass the test. Naruto opened his senses fully and waited until Mizuki was gone from his sensing range. He made 2 Kage Bunshin, made them change appearance with henge and sent them off to Iruka and Hokage's office. He himself went off to his apartment and collected his weapons and waited. Once his clone dispelled and he received the memories, he laughed. Old man sure is crafty. Poor Mizuki. Once the designated time came, he made a show of sneaking into Hokage's office and left the fake scroll Hiruzen made. When he reached the designated spot, he could sense multiple Anbu hidden very carefully. Normal sensor ninja won't be able to find them. Only Hyuga can with their dojutsu. Naruto thought he was very lucky to have discovered such a powerful sensing ability. Mizuki appeared shortly and revealed his true colors, but was baffled by Naruto's reaction or the lack of it. Naruto always wanted to test himself against a real opponent ever since he separated his chakra. He immediately attacked Mizuki, even though Hiruzen said Anbu will take care of him. Even though Mizuki is a skilled chunin, he got rusty once he started teaching at the academy. Naruto started the fight with taijutsu and gave it his all from the start. Mizuki's arrogance was his downfall. He thought he would play with Naruto a little before killing him. Naruto coated his kunai in wind energy mid-fight. Mizuki thought he dodged, but the wind blade was too thin to be visible and too sharp. It took a few moments for Mizuki to even register that he lost his left hand at the elbow. Naruto didn't waste time. He punched Mizuki in the face with full force, twisted his right arm behind his back and immobilized the screaming Mizuki on the ground with a knee on his back. When Naruto held Mizuki's right hand, he put too much force and cracked his bones. Naruto's fingers dug into Mizuki's skin. Naruto could feel the Mizuki's chakra, so he decided to test one of his theories on a whim. He tried to force his will and break down Mizuki's chakra. It worked too easily. He could feel Mizuki's chakra decomposing into physical and spiritual components. He gave a small tug to Mizuki's physical energy and started absorbing it. Within a few moments, Mizuki stopped screaming and started foaming at his mouth. Naruto was interrupted from completely absorbing Mizuki's life force by Iruka. Naruto, that's enough. Anbu will take it from here. Iruka was confused by what happened. He didn't understand what Naruto did, but decided to worry about it later. One of the hiding Anbu appeared before them and gave them a nod and vanished with Mizuki's unconscious form. Naruto and Iruka reported back to Hokage's office. Hiruzen congratulated Naruto and gave him a wind jutsu scroll as payment for his first successful mission. Once Naruto reached home, he immediately started recounting everything in his mind, starting from when he sensed Mizuki's chakra and life force after immobilizing him and absorbing his physical energy. It literally felt like stealing life. His own felt like it increased by a small amount. Mizuki has only Chunin level chakra and his life force was weak compared to Naruto's, and he only absorbed slightly more than half from Mizuki. He kept analyzing his new ability. He has many doubts like, will this increase in his own physical energy be permanent after stealing? Will it increase natural lifespan? Sandaime said the Uzumaki clan were known for their long lifespan. Will this new ability make him live even longer? So many questions that he needs to research and explore. Naruto went to bed with a heavy mind and even dreamed about the same. Meanwhile, in the Anbu prison cell, Mizuki was laid down on bed with his chakra sealed and his body tied down. Anbu stopped his bleeding and bandaged the stump. His face looked gaunt and aged. Unknown to everybody, his chakra coils were permanently damaged and life force was severely damaged. With proper care he can live a few more years, which is very unlikely at this stage. The damage to his chakra made it very easy for the Yamanaka and Anbu to break into his mind and extract information. They were able to find some information on Orochimaru's spies and their activities in the village and swiftly capture or eliminate them. Next day in academy, Iruka announced the Genin team assignments to the graduated children and told them to wait for their Jonin sensei. Asuma was the first to arrive. Team 10. Wait for me at training ground 10 in 1 hour. Naruto, can I talk to you outside for a minute? Naruto met Asuma outside the building. Congratulations, Naruto. This is for you. Asuma handed him a short sword. For me? Naruto was surprised. Hiruzen and Iruka were the only people to give him gifts. Yes, this is a chakra sword I used until I was a chunin. I thought you could make good use of it as a fellow wind user. It was just gathering dust in my storeroom. Thank you, Asuma-sensei. Naruto gave a big hug to Asuma. Kurenai came a short while later to find Naruto chatting animatedly and showing off his new sword to Kiba. Team 8, follow me, Kurenai called, putting a stop to the noisy boys. Once they reached Training Ground 8, "Why don't you introduce yourselves first to get familiar with each other?" Kurenai started. "Sister-in-law, you should go first and let us know how to do it." Everyone was confused by Naruto's statement. "When did I become your sister-in-law, Naruto?" asked Kurenai. "I consider Asuma as an elder brother. See, he even gave me his sword." "So, practically you are my sister-in-law. When are you going to marry him anyway?" Naruto asked innocently. Kurenai turned bright red at that. "Naruto, now is not that time to discuss that." "Oh wait, I call Sandang Gigi. Then it will only be appropriate to call Asuma as uncle like Konohamaru. Then I will also have to call you aunt, Andi Kurenai. That does have a nice ring to it," Naruto said with a deeply concentrating expression which seemed very fake. Naruto found himself hanging in the air, held by the collar in Kurenai's hands. "You will only call me sister-in-law from now on. Anything else I will make you experience my 1,000 years of hell technique." Kurenai's glared. "Yes, sister-in-law. I will never forget," Naruto panickingly replied. "Good." Kurenai put down Naruto and returned to her previous position as if nothing happened, ignoring the baffled looks from Hinata and Shino. "Let's get back to our previous conversation. I am Yuhi Kurenai. I am a jonin specializing in genjutsu. I like shochu and takawasa. I dislike cake and weak-minded girls. You forgot Asuma in your likes, Naruto." Kurenai growled. "Sorry, I couldn't help it. You were the only people I know in a serious relationship." Kurenai sighed and looked at Shino. "I am Aburain Shino. I don't have any specific goals, only to lead my clan. I like collecting rare insects for my hive. I dislike insecticides and people who kill insects without any reason." Naruto went next. "I am Uzumaki Naruto. My goal is to become Hokage. My favorites are ramen. I like exploring and learning new techniques. I dislike people who hate others for no reason." Kurenai looked at Hinata next, who looked like she was in a daze but spoke like a robot. "I am Hinata Hyuga. My goal is to bring the Hyuga main and branch families together, marry Naruto and make many babies with him." Immediately after saying this, her dazed expression turned normal. Then she turned bright red and fainted. Everybody was stunned at that. Naruto was looking at the fainted Hyuga with his mouth agape. "I think you short-circuited her brain." Naruto. Shino was the first to replay. What? What did I do?" "Hinata always liked you, but you were too dumb to notice her," Shino stated without any emotion. Naruto was silent for a few moments. "Oh, I always got a weird vibe from her. I thought it was because she is actually weird, so that's what fondness feels like," Naruto said with a stupid grin on his face. "Wait, you can sense emotions?" Kurenai asked with a serious face. She was able to catch Naruto's slip-up because the recent revelation about his sensing ability was at the forefront of her thoughts. Naruto immediately put on a serious face. He made the ram sign and concentrated. "Sensing no one nearby, it is my S-class secret. I would like to keep it that way, please." Both Kurenai and Shino nodded. Naruto was cursing himself on the inside for the slip-up. "Alright, since Hinata is incapacitated, I will give you the final genin test tomorrow. Although I am sure you three will pass, I have to do it for formality. Shino, can you look after Hinata for a while?" Shino nodded. "Thank you, Naruto. Follow me." Kurenai took Naruto to a secluded spot. "We need to discuss your sensing ability. With good use and coordination, our team can become the best response team or even hunter needs." Naruto then gave her more details. She made him sense her emotions several times while she was focusing on different memories. Naruto's emotional sensing was mainly focused on negative ones, and he couldn't distinguish positive emotions from one another properly. This feedback from Kurenai helped Naruto with ideas to refine his ability further. Hinata was up when they got back. She is looking down and barely holds herself from fainting. "Hinata, you need to get control of your emotions, otherwise you cannot survive as a ninja. Since the topic is already out in the open, you should talk to Naruto and confess your feelings. It is not healthy to bottle them inside." Kurenai encouraged Hinata in a soft voice. Hinata looked up slowly and at Naruto-kun. She could barely talk. Her voice was barely audible. "It's okay, Hinata-chan. We are still very young. We can take our time. How about I take you out on a playdate later?" Both Hinata and Kurenai were surprised by Naruto's maturity. Hinata replied with a barely audible yes. Kurenai told them to prepare for a field test for the next day and dispersed them. Naruto walked Hinata home much to her delight, and talked non-stop until they reached the Hyuga compound, unknown to Hinata. Naruto was using his mental energy and tried to project feelings of confidence and bravery on Hinata, which seemed to work. It was like a subtle genjutsu. Another one of Naruto's theories proved to be a success. He just needed to practice more and should be able to use it more proactively and easily. Hinata was able to look at his face and say a shy goodnight to him without stuttering. On the way home, Naruto stopped at a butcher store and brought a live chicken. He bolted his door and closed all the windows and curtains. He took the chicken to his bathtub, tied the legs and wings with soft cloth and immobilized it, and covered its eyes. He wants to test another one of his ideas on physical and mental energies. Slowly he made a tiny wound on the chicken's back and touched the slightly bleeding flesh. He could feel the tiny, almost non-existent chakra in its body. He applied his will and deconstructed it. He then pulled both the small physical and mental energies into his own. Physical energy was absorbed directly into his body and it was assimilated within a few seconds. It felt like he had taken a meal. The mental energy of the chicken is almost non-existent. He let it enter his own mental energy. And suddenly he got an urge to peck at things. The feeling soon passed and he can feel the tiny increase in his own energy. Another experiment safely conducted. Naruto praised himself for controlling himself and not absorbing Kyuubi's spiritual energy, and also Mizuki's. His own mind might get warped into something different if he is not careful. He also concluded that the physical energy part is much easier, and there are no visible impacts on his body. The chicken's body seemed to have dried up and lost all its blood. He could also see the veins on his hand faintly glow red. Hence he concluded that his body can absorb energy and matter necessary for sustaining and strengthening it. He cleaned and cooked the remaining chicken's body, but it tasted very bland. Maybe because he already absorbed the nutrients from it. He needs to conduct more experiments. Next day, to Kurenai's delight, the team was able to pass her tests with flying colors. Hinata was still acting shy, but she cooperated with her teammates when necessary. Kurenai created an obstacle course with multiple genjutsu and physical traps. Naruto was one leading the team with disrupting the genjutsu. Shino guided them with his insects while they made Hinata identify physical traps with her Byakugan. After the test, Kurenai collected more info about their individual skills and spared with them individually. Alright, that's it for today. Your teamwork and individual skills are already on Chunin level. But do not get overconfident, you still need practical experience. Remember, a team of genin can take down a careless jonin with proper planning and teamwork. Assemble here at 8 a.m. tomorrow, she ordered and departed to report to the Hokage. Kurenai prepared a training schedule based on her observations. For the next 1 month, they trained hard both individual and team skills. All three learned tree and water walking exercises. Genjutsu disruption. They also started working on minor genjutsu techniques. On Naruto's insistence, Kurenai tested their elemental affinity. Shino has earth and Hinata has water. They both started on their elemental transformation exercises and D rank jutsu. Naruto continued his own experiments. He was able to isolate and imprison the spiritual energy of small animals he hunted after daily training. Later he would grind down the captured energy with his own. He avoided getting influenced or corrupted by foreign thoughts that way. When it came to physical energy, there are no barriers. His body overcame and assimilated anything without impact. He thought this might be because he had already got used to Kyuubi's chakra, which is so potent that nothing else matches it. Naruto also tried to project his chakra disruption without touching. He was only mildly successful with it. He can only project it for around a foot from his body, which made him immune to genjutsu. Kurenai was never able to catch him with one, so when she asked, Naruto lied to her and told that it was due to Kyuubi's chakra. She bought his explanation for now, but she still has doubts. What made Naruto happy was he can project his physical energy through weapons. His physical energy made his weapons stronger, but it was limited to only weapons touching him. So he practiced it with his sword and tried to combine it with his wind chakra. At the end of the month, Naruto had enough D ranks. He loudly demanded for a high rank mission. Teammate was given the C rank mission to escort the bridge builder Tazuna to Wave Country. Naruto sensed guilt and fright from the old engineer and reported to Kurenai, who in turn reported to Hokage. Hiruzen decided to continue the mission and gave new parameters to recon and report happenings in Wave Country to Team 8 and request backup in case of need. Team 8 met up with Tazuna the next morning at the gates and started their journey to Wave. Naruto and Hinata took turns with their sensing and Byakugan every 300 meters to scan for ambushes. While Shino sent his insects ahead to scout, they proceeded in a spearhead pattern. Naruto was at the front, Hinata and Shino at the sides, Kurenai at the back. One of Shino's insects came back after detecting shinobi ahead on the road. he silently signaled everyone. Naruto and Hinata immediately did a scan of their own without making any extra moves and confirmed 2 Chunin-level chakra. Kurenai slowly weaved a subtle illusion around them and made it look like they were 2 meters ahead of their actual walking position. Once the illusion reached the puddle on the road, the demon brothers sprang from their hiding place, ready to shred Kurenai to pieces. Naruto was ready with his chakra sword. He channeled his energy and wind to it, and slashed one of the enemies from behind. Before Gozu could even react, his right hand was separated from his shoulder and Meizu was swarmed with Shino's insects. Kurenai dispelled her illusion and Hinata jumped in and closed their tenketsu and incapacitated them. Once both enemies were properly tied up, Naruto cauterized Gozu's wound with a small fire jutsu to stop the bleeding. Gozu became conscious and screamed his lungs out, Naruto knocking him out again. Kurenai confronted Tazuna, who broke down and recounted his story sobbing. Naruto sensed a slight deceit from the old man, but he could tell that the grief was real. The team discussed separately and decided to continue the mission, and they would retreat with Tazuna back to Konoha if they can't handle the enemy ninja. Naruto made an excuse to check on the tied-up demon brothers and discreetly absorbed around half of their physical energy, and left them in a similar state as that of Mizuki. Kurenai sent a message back to Koenna requesting backup and for Umbu to pick up the captured missing Nins. The team continued on their way to Wave more vigilantly. Once they entered Wave country, Naruto sensed 2 Jounin-level chakra from half a kilometer away. Kurenai used the same strategy as before and made an illusion. Zabuza, being a skilled killer, sensed something wrong. Once they reached the ambush point, he dropped his idea of dramatic entrance and immediately used his mist technique, Surround Tazuna. This is a silent assassination technique from Kirigakure. Be vigilant. Kurenai immediately warned and dispelled her useless illusion. I can't sense the enemy's position. The mist is too thick, exclaimed Hinata. Same with me. My insects can't find them. Mist is filled with chakra from all sides, said Shino calmly. Naruto didn't say anything. The mist was unable to reach within a feet of him in any direction. He was able to break down the chakra that entered his field. He created 3 shadow clones which surrounded the team. They weaved hand signs and shouted great breakthrough. Strong wind billowed from the clones and drove the mist away. Zabuza was ready to unleash his killing intent just then, but he was blown back by the wind. Before Zabuza could recover from the sudden attack, Naruto reached him and was about to cut him with a swing from his chakra sword in his right hand. Zabuza was a Jounin and his reflexes were faster. He blocked the swing with his giant sword and was about to blow Naruto away. But Naruto let go of his sword momentarily, and landed a left-handed punch on the sword's broad side with his full power. He concentrated his full physical energy into the punch. The punch resulted in a gong-like sound from the sword. Zabuza was surprised by the short blonde's strength. It matched his level. Both of them could feel the shockwave from the impact. They were in a stalemate for a moment. Something strange happened then. When Naruto's physical energy made contact with the giant blade, it acted by itself and rushed into the sword. Red vein-like patterns surfaced on it. Before both of them could react, the vein-like patterns covered both of their arms, touching the sword, and started sucking their physical energy like crazy. Naruto was able to feel the drain in energy. He tried to retract his arm but was unable to. So he immediately started sucking more chakra from the Kyuubi's seal. Zabuza has no backup to rely on. He felt immense pain and screamed. Kurenai reacted and tried to attack Zabuza, but she was blocked by Haku. Shino and Hinata retreated with Tazuna to a safe distance, and Shino sent his insects to aid Naruto and Kurenai. Shino bugs became afraid of the red aura that appeared from the sword and retreated, so he directed them towards Haku. Haku tried to trap Kurenai in his ice mirrors, but he was fooled and only trapped her illusion. Kurenai may not have speed, but has much more experience, and was able to avoid his attacks. Shino's bugs infiltrated Haku's clothes and started draining his chakra. He froze some of them, but the lapse in his concentration gave Kurenai the opportunity to catch him with a genjutsu. Haku was able to dispel the illusion, but not before receiving some wounds on his shoulder and arms. Shino bugs did the rest and Haku collapsed. Zabuza's right arm became like a withered twig within a few moments. He tried to attack Naruto with remaining left hand, but the blonde was using Kubikura Bocho's broad width to obstruct the attacks. So he made a quick decision and cut off his right hand with his left, freeing him from the blood-sucking sword. Zabuza immediately retreated to a safe distance. He clutched the stump of his right hand. It looked like dried meat and not even bleeding. Zabuza never felt this weak since he faced the Mizukage. He was down to a quarter of his chakra and lost an arm. He knew about the sword's ability to recover from damage by absorbing the blood from the people it cut, but he never guessed it would be this terrible and used against him. Meanwhile, Kurenai had a tied-up Haku in her hands and reached Naruto's side. She maintained a few feet of distance from the sword. Naruto, what the hell happened? I don't know. This sword reacted to my chakra and started absorbing it like crazy. Even now I am unable to let go of it. I am relying on Kyuubi to balance the absorbed chakra, Naruto said. Technically he was not lying. Both parties were eyeing each other from a distance. Kurenai has leverage, but is reluctant to attack Zabuza before confirming Naruto's safety. Zabuza felt like he might drop dead anytime, but he too cannot retreat with Haku captured by Konoha Nin. He regretted taking this damn mission from Gato. While Zabuza was preparing to make a final stand, he was suddenly swarmed by Shino's bugs. Even though he was unable to use jutsu, he was able to escape using pure water manipulation. Kurenai also tried to cast genjutsu on him from a safe distance. Instead of engaging him in taijutsu, Zabuza tried his best in his weakened state. But Naruto also joined and tried to catch him again with his own sword, which was weirdly attached to Naruto's left fist. Zabuza stumbled when Kubikarabocho grazed him, giving Kurenai and Shino the opportunity to land multiple hits. Naruto impaled Zabuza from the back. Zabuza's remaining energy was sucked dry and even his spiritual energy was absorbed and sent to Naruto by the sword. He quickly isolated and surrounded Zabuza's spirit with his own to prevent any mishaps. All that remained of Zabuza was a dried-up husk. The sword continued to suck Naruto's energy. Kurenai even prepared to cut off Naruto's hand if it continued without stopping. But Naruto calmed down Kurenai by saying that it is only absorbing Kyuubi's chakra. After a few more minutes, the sword stopped sucking. The blood-red aura and veins retreated. Naruto removed his hand from where it got stuck to the sword. He was holding it and looking at it intently. Kurenai gathered everybody and interrupted him. We need to find a safe place to rest and hide. Gato may have hired more ninja. Let's go to my house. It is only 2 hours away by walk. Kurenai nodded and walked to Zabuza's corpse and sealed it in a scroll. She turned to Naruto. Is the sword safe? I am not 100% sure, but it seems so. I can feel it. It's better to be safe. Create a shadow clone and have it carry the sword at a safe distance, Kurenai cautioned. The group continued on their way. Shino carried the unconscious Haku. He kept his bugs on him to drain chakra. They reached Tazuna's house without further incident, and were greeted by Tsunami. Hinata kept watch with her Byakugan while the other took rest. They spent chakra in the short but intense battle. She was the only one who didn't spend much chakra. Naruto tied Haku in the basement. Kurenai treated the wounds and kept him from bleeding out. They want more information on Gato and his men, which Haku could provide. Naruto sat a few feet away from Haku and started meditation. He had the giant Kubikarabocho on his lap. Naruto slowly probed the sword with his physical and spiritual energies. He felt a connection and slowly sent his energies towards it. Naruto's mind was drawn towards the connection. He didn't feel any malicious intent from it, only anticipation. He let go of his resistance and felt his mind enter a new dimension. When he opened his eyes, he was in a strange world. He was standing on top of a lake of blood with swords of all shapes, colors and sizes sticking out of it. Naruto was able to feel his own physical energy in the blood. Even though it was like a gruesome sight, it didn't repulse him. It felt like his own home. The blood around him started bubbling and a tiny head surfaced from it, and made a yipping noise. It looked like a tiny blue-colored cat covered in blood-red tattoos. Naruto slowly knelt down and held his hand forward. The tiny cat licked Naruto's palm and surfaced completely. Naruto picked it up and it offered no resistance. It started licking Naruto's face happily. "What are you, little one?" Naruto asked. The tiny cat's eyes glowed and Naruto received a set of memories. Its name is Blood Drinker, and it is the spirit of the sword. It was made eons ago by humans wielding what they called blood energy, and reaped many lives in battle and drank their blood. It can take the form most suited to the wielder. All the different swords around Naruto were the shapes it took by previous wielders. After drinking so much blood it developed a spirit of its own. But around 1,000 years ago, some sinister energy came and suppressed the spirit. The spirit was unable to take control of its own body and was stuck inside. It remembered the sword's body getting damaged and recovering several times, but was unable to truly unleash her powers. Finally today Naruto broke the sinister energy and freed it from the prison and fed her with precious blood energy. Naruto slowly processed the spirit's memories. He couldn't believe people wielded physical energy long ago, and this spirit considers chakra to be evil. Naruto held the little cat in his hands and lifted it to his eye level. Now that he took a closer look, it looked more like a jaguar than a cat. Blood drinker, do you approve of me being your wielder? Naruto got an eager nod and felt the connection to the sword solidify. He spent more time looking at the different swords and tried swinging them around, but none of them felt natural. He turned to the kitten nipping at his heels and asked doubtfully, "Little one, can you perhaps prepare something different for me?" And got another eager nod and yipping reply. Naruto was sent out of the sword's consciousness. He found the sword in his lap slowly shrinking and transforming. It took several minutes to shape-shift. The final result is a giant saber. A massive killage sword as long as Naruto without any handguards. It looked very weird and unwieldy. Naruto picked up the sword slowly. It only felt as heavy as the current short sword he is using. He took a few short swings in the confined space of the basement. It felt natural, like an extension of his body. Naruto decided to train more outside later and started examining the red patterns on the sword's broadside and caressing the sword with his fingers. He could hear a gentle purring hum from it. Naruto was brought out of his petting session by Haku's coughing. He immediately summoned Kurenai. It is time to do an interrogation. Kurenai frequently worked with the TI department and used her genjutsu to get information. Haku was distraught on hearing the news of Zabuza's demise. Kurenai used gentle genjutsu and calmed him down. They got to hear his tragic story and Naruto was moved to tears. "Haku-san, I am truly sorry for your loss. I am the one that killed Zabuza. If you want revenge, you are free to come after me. But please do not involve innocent people," Naruto said once Haku has stopped crying. "Gato is an evil man. He was tormenting and killing innocent people of the wave. By helping him you are committing evil yourself. You may want to free the people of Water Country using Gato's money, but you are condemning the wave to the same fate. We will free you once we get rid of the scum. Think it through and move on." Kurenai was stunned by Naruto's speech. She was the leader of the squad, wasn't she? How come Naruto was making the final decisions? But she was inwardly pleased. Naruto was already showing the qualities of a leader. She was not wrong in assessing his character. They still left Haku tied up in the basement, but fed him and tended to his wounds. Once Naruto came out of the basement, everybody's eyes were on the giant new sword in Naruto's hand. Naruto simply told them that he bonded the sword with his chakra and it changed shape to fit him. Kurenai then explained to them about the 7 swordsmen of the mist and some of the unique traits of swords that she read about. They thought that it must be sword's ability. Naruto didn't correct them. Since the sword no longer looks like the picture posted in the bingo book, Hunterneens of the Mist can't claim it unless the truth is revealed. The team decided to never reveal the information. Naruto told them to call it Blood Drinker instead of its given name by Mist. Haku came around the next morning and gave them the location of Gato's base. Teammate then investigated Gato's camp. Hinata used her Byakugan to get the complete layout. Shino used bugs to infiltrate and confirmed that there are no ninja present. Naruto's sensing also came negative. Naruto did not reveal that all he sensed were negative emotions from the thugs in the compound. They were all the evil scum of human society. Blood Drinker provided a boost to his emotion sensing. He spent all the spare time going through the sword's spirit's memories again and practicing with it. The sword has experienced massive wars, countless assassinations and reaped countless lives, both innocent and evil. Naruto thought it is the wielder, not the sword, that decides the fate of the victims. Teammate hit Gato's compound at midnight. Naruto posted several shadow clones around the base to get rid of any escapees. Kurenai and Hinata sneaked in through the back entrance. While Naruto hit the main entrance with Shino supporting him from the shadows, what followed was a massacre. Naruto let his instincts take over and fought with only blood energy and the sword. While he made his way through the thugs, Kurenai and Hinata captured the panicking Gato. Within 15 minutes it was over. Naruto banged open the Gato's office room to find Kurenai and Hinata standing over a tied-up Gato. His 2 guards were down with kunai in their necks. Hinata looked a little pale but was holding it together. Naruto gave them a goofy smile. He looked like he just leisurely walked into the room. "Hey, you already got him. Man, look at the fat greedy pig. I couldn't believe this midget caused the whole country to suffer." Shino, who was following Naruto, was shaking and could barely keep himself together. Kurenai inquired about the guards. "All down. No one escaped," replied Naruto. Kurenai looked at Shino and asked Shino, "Are you okay? What happened?" Shino took deep breaths until he calmed down. Yes, sensei, I am fine. Kurenai told Naruto to pick up Gato and the group started walking outside. Naruto was able to sense that Shino was shaken up because of his first kill and he can sense that he is afraid. He stopped them before they went into the front yard where all the bodies were lying in pieces. Sensei, why don't we go by the back door? Naruto asked Kurenai. Why? What's the issue with the front door? You took down all the guards, did you not? Ahaha, I may have overdid it a little. I don't want to scare Hinata-chan, Naruto replied sheepishly. Kurenai was confused and ordered them to stay and went ahead to investigate. Kurenai was deeply disturbed by this turn of events. She inspected the massacre. Even she is having difficulty holding it and seeing the gore. She couldn't believe Naruto caused this. She returned with a stern face and ordered Naruto to create shadow clones and have them burn all the bodies. They then returned via the back door. Kurenai decided to take Naruto back to Konoha immediately. He needs to get a psyche analysis from a skilled psychiatrist, preferably a Yamanaka. Both the sword and Kyuubi might be influencing him, she thought. Naruto could sense Kurenai's distress and tried to sweet-talk her, but she was having none of it. They departed the place and went towards Tazuna's village. Naruto tied Gato to a pole in the village center. When morning came, the whole village started celebrating. People were ready to torture him to death, but Kurenai and Tazuna persuaded them to calm down. As per the law of Wave, punishment for murder, illegal drug trafficking and the other crimes he committed is death by hanging. So they did just that with full public and legal proceedings. Kurenai took the job of sending the documents to Fire Country's daimyo as Gato is legally a Fire County citizen. Even though the mission is still not officially over, Kurenai decided to immediately go back to Konoha. Tazuna also gratefully obliged and signed the mission scroll. Shino was observing Naruto happily mingling with children, especially Tazuna's grandson who seemed to be following Naruto. Earlier the little guy was afraid and hid behind his mother when they were in Tazuna's house, intimidated by the giant sword Naruto carried. Shino was also trying to analyze Naruto's mindset, how he was able to kill that many people and still be unbothered by it. They released Haku, who told them that he will go back to Kirigakure and try to finish what Zabuza started. Naruto told Haku to look him up, if he ever decided to visit Konoha. He also promised to put in a good word with the Hokage if he wanted to settle in Konoha. Team 8 departed the next day with gifts from people of Wave. They encountered Team 7 who were sent as backup. Just as they reached the mainland, Kakashi sensed that something was wrong with Kurenai. He called her to the side and inquired about the situation. Kurenai recounted everything without hiding anything. Meanwhile, Naruto was boasting to Kiba on how they single-handedly completed an A-rank mission, and showing off his new sword. Kiba challenged him to fight. Shino tried to warn Kiba that he is no match for Naruto, but Kiba laughed it off and both were about to start a fight. Luckily for Kiba, Kakashi and Kurenai came back and put an end to it. Both teams started their journey back to Konoha. Sasuke and Kiba were curious about Naruto's sword. Kiba even tried to rile up Naruto, saying that he won't be able to wield such a big sword easily. Naruto just took the sword like it weighed nothing and handed it over to Kiba. Before Kurenai could stop him, Kiba took the sword handle and crashed to the ground due to the sudden weight. Kurenai breathed a sigh of relief after making sure Kiba was not hurt by the sword. Kiba was only able to lift the sword with much effort. He couldn't even swing it. Kiba challenged Sasuke to swing it since he is always acting arrogant. After Sasuke failed, the rest of the genin tried to feel the weight of the sword. Sasuke became jealous because of Naruto's strength. The teams made camp in the evening. Kakashi found Naruto napping on a tree branch and settled beside him. The blonde opened his eyes and gave Kakashi a smile. Kakashi has a deja vu moment like he was staring at his sensei. Kakashi-sensei, what's up? You know, I heard a lot about Sharingan no Kakashi. Nothing bad, I hope. No, just that you are a pervert, Naruto replied slyly. Kakashi didn't deny and gave him a nice smile. Before he could reply, Naruto changed the subject. Do you have any interesting stories about them? Kakashi understood that he was asking about his parents. Sandaime has informed him about Naruto knowing about his parents, and Kakashi's status as Yandaime's student. Kakashi thought for a minute, and recounted some funny stories about Minato and Kushina. The blonde laughed heartily when he learned that Minato was as much a pervert as Kakashi, and he never let Kushina know about it because he was scared of her. Naruto, are you not angry with him for not taking care of you? Kakashi asked. No, you were just my father's student, and you were like what? 14 or 15 when I was born? Naruto asked in return. Kakashi was relieved and felt a little guilty. He told Naruto to reach out to him if needed help in his training, and they chatted for a while. Kakashi finally couldn't wait any longer and finally asked, "Why did you do it?" "Do what?" "The massacre?" Naruto put on a puppy dog expression. "I already told Kurenai-sensei that I just overdid it. I was just breaking in my new sword. She just won't believe me. She worries too much." Naruto pouted. His expression changed abruptly. "Oh, I know why she was so wound up. She was away from Asuma for too long. She needs to get laid." "Hey Kakashi, as a self-proclaimed pervert, do you have any good advice that I can pass on to Asuma?" Kakashi has fake tears in his eyes. He hugged Naruto. "Naruto, thank God you are one of us. Sensei would be so proud. Hey, don't bunch me with your pervert gang. I am a gentleman." Naruto got out of the hug and took a few steps back. "I read one of these smuts, you know. It is crass and badly written." He then produced an orange book that he stole from Kakashi. Kakashi's aura changed suddenly. "Naruto, please give it back," he said with a serious tone. "Get it yourself, if you can." Suddenly there were 5 more Naruto, each with the same book, and they went off in different directions. "Naruto!" Kakashi's shout alerted everyone. Kurenai thought there was an enemy attack, but everyone was baffled seeing Kakashi chasing multiple, laughing and taunting Naruto all over the camp. Kiba started laughing and cheering for Naruto. After half an hour, a tired Kakashi returned from his chase with his face buried in his precious smut. He stopped before Kurenai, who was sitting beside the campfire. "Naruto is fine, you don't need to worry so much." Kurenai stayed silent for a minute, and went off in search of Naruto. Shino and Hinata silently followed her. They found Naruto hanging upside down from a tree. He looked calm with hands folded across his chest, not bothered by his situation. "Are you alright?" Kurenai asked. Naruto opened his eyes. "Oh, hey sensei, yes, I am just meditating." Shino flung a kunai at the rope and Naruto dropped down to the ground. Kurenai started. "Naruto, we may be trained killers, but we should always be in control. I don't want any one of you to become bloodthirsty. You worry too much, sensei. I did what I did because those thugs are the scum of society. If left alone, more people will become their victims. I am not against killing them. I am worried about the way you did." Kurenai scoffed. "Oh, would it have been fine if I was using kunai or my tanto?" Naruto asked skeptically. "Against a mob, Blood Drinker is much more efficient. You can't expect the battlefield to look nice like a garden. I was careful during the fight. I didn't even get a drop of blood on my clothes." It was true. Kurenai remembered Naruto looked clean and fresh after the fight. "We are still going to do a psych eval once we return," Kurenai said firmly and returned back to camp. Naruto chatted with Hinata and Shino about the people they killed. Naruto persuaded them that they did a good thing and by killing those bad people, and they saved many people. Both felt much better after talking with Naruto. Team 7 and 8 returned to Konoha the next day and reported to the Hokage. Hiruzen dismissed everyone except Kakashi, Kurenai, and Naruto. They recounted the events and Kurenai handed over documents related to Gato's trial and execution. Hiruzen praised Kurenai for her forward thinking. "Gato is not just a simple shady businessman. He has backing from some nobles. These documents will save me the bureaucratic hassle. Why would noble people support scum like Gato?" Naruto asked seriously. "It is how the current world is, Naruto. There are always people driven by greed and corrupted by power." Naruto has a frown on his face. Ever since he started sensing the emotions of people, he got a problem. He didn't like constantly sensing negative and repulsive emotions. Sometimes he has to shut it down forcefully when there is a large crowd. Luckily for him, Konoha was in a relatively peaceful state. Most of the negative emotions he can sense are from normal civilians are mild. The stronger ones are from greedy people and shinobi. Most disgusting ones are people who hate him. So hearing Hiruzen's statement, he worried that he would never find complete peace.